I guess now that you're here, we can get started with AllWalletDevs number 32. Today's mostly going to be dedicated to an update on EIP 5792. And with that, I will turn it over to Lucas.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm not sure how up to date people are, so I'll just kind of give an overall update from the last 2 weeks. So if you don't know, 5792 is the EIP, which introduces a few new RPC methods. The main one is wallet send calls, and it's kind of like, you can think of it as a replacement for ETH send transaction for wallets. It allows for things like batching calls together natively, and then also exposes these things called capabilities, which are just kind of like open-ended additional features that some wallets may support. So for example, like 4337 paymasters, so apps can sponsor their users' transactions. And we've been at this, like kind of trying to define the spec and get adoption for like over a year now, I think. And yeah, we started running these like calls over the last 3 weeks to just run down open discussions. And with 7702 starting to come onto main nets, and we'll kind of be on most chains in the next couple months, we figured like other wallets started to feel that it was really time to drive down these open questions and start building more support and adoption. So we started doing these calls on Fridays to run down the open questions. The big ones being one, how do wallets express the types of atomicity guarantees that they support? So, for example, some wallets might already be like smart contract accounts, so they can support like native atomic batching, where you submit multiple calls and you can have guarantees that all calls will land on chain. Versus other wallets like EOAs that want to support wallet send calls, but cannot offer the same atomicity guarantees. That open question kind of has implications on how one would build an app using the RPC, right? Because the example that we always use is like an approve and swap. If you have the atomicity guarantee, either the approve and swap are both going to go through, or neither are going to go through. But if you submit the batch of calls to an EOA, maybe the approve goes through, and then what should your app do, right? So that was the first kind of big question that we needed to align on, and we landed on supporting a capability. So wallets will another part of 5792 is this wallet get capabilities RPC, where you can see the kind of features that wallets support. And the way we've resolved the atomicity discussion is there's going to be an atomic capability, and there's 3 values. There's supported, ready, and unsupported. Supported means that the wallet is currently able to execute multiple calls atomically. So this would be like a 4337 account. Ready means that the wallet is able to suggest an upgrade to the user via 7702 or some other mechanism, but the user has not yet gone through that upgrade. And in this case, if an app sends a batch of calls, and an app can now specify that the calls must be executed atomically, or they can say that they're okay with them being executed sequentially, so that the app can support EOAs, for example. So if the wallet is ready to upgrade and the app specifies that the calls must be executed atomically, the wallet must take the user through the upgrade process that it's able to before executing the batch of calls. And then unsupported is just like your typical EOA that is not yet upgrading users via 7702 or some other mechanism. So in this case, there's like a specific error code if an app specifies calls have to be submitted atomically, but the wallet does not support atomic execution in any way. So yeah, that's kind of how we've resolved the atomicity discussion. I know I kind of just said a lot, and if you haven't been up to date on 5792, that might be a lot of information. So I'd encourage you to go through the updated spec. And the other big thing was error codes. I think in general, we just wanted to make sure we did a good job on documenting the types of errors that would arise from using the new RPCs. So last week, we merged APR with error codes specific to 5792 and reusing some from like 1193, for example. So yeah, now that those two discussions have been resolved, we are looking to move the spec to last call. The last call date is going to be May 5th, and I'm going to put up the PR actually today to change the status. And yeah, it's been a long a long journey, but yeah, super excited that we were able to kind of get, I think, a good amount of alignment here, and yeah, excited that a lot of people in the industry, a lot of wallets, apps, and dev tools are like looking to support the updated spec.
Great, thanks for the update. Are there any events defined in 5792, like the 1193's like account changed or?
No, there are not. No events.
Okay, should there be like one for when an upgrade happens or?
I don't really think it's necessary. I guess I couldn't think of any when you brought that up. The only thing that maybe could be an event is like the upgrade. But yeah, I don't think an app really needs to like listen for that, because the upgrade only really matters in the context of the wallet send calls request.
That
So it's
makes
like
sense, yeah.
either the upgrade's going to happen and the user is going to execute the calls or not, or the upgrade doesn't happen and they get an error code back for that. So
Cool, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I think we have a couple wallets here. I'm not sure if y'all are part of the 5792 Telegram chat, but who here has actually looked at 5792 and is planning on supporting it? Or not planning on supporting it, either way.
So I mean, I can speak. We're no longer like actively maintaining Candid Wallet, but we did support the standard when it very first like launched 2 years ago, I think, in Candid Wallet mobile app. We could update it to have it as a reference implementation for others, since our wallet is open source, and also like helping out wallets to from our side, like helping other wallets to add the standard. We have been having good feedback because now, since MetaMask is implementing it, and then there's others who are also encouraged to also implement it.
Cool, thank you. On the 4337 side, does this look like an acceptable API?
Yes,
Okay.
so just recently, like the error messages, like I saw that it's a big list. I'm just worried a bit that it would be too much for wallet developers to implement. But if it's but it's just a concern. Yeah, just a small concern.
Great. Well, that sounds like all the discussion on 5792. Is there anything else anybody would like to talk about today? Have a little free-form discussion.
Since we mentioned the capabilities, the paymaster capabilities, so there's this other standard. It's 7. Let me check the number. 7677. So it's around the paymaster web service capabilities, which is an extension of 5792. It's only missing. It's missing like the way apps communicate if they want to use a token paymaster, because there's no differentiation today between a completely gas sponsorship and using a token to pay gas. If the app wants to communicate its own, let's say, suggested token. And the wallet in that sense, like, don't know which one is which, even if it includes like token in the capability like section. So they don't know what to display in the UI because they cannot differentiate between both. So I think there's missing standardization around that part. I believe it was part of the discussion initially, but I wanted to maybe reinitiate it again, and then I'll propose it like maybe in the discussion of the forum.
Yeah. So that's we kind of put that capability out at the same time that we started updating 5792. And just as kind of some context, like my goal has been driving down the unknowns on 5792. So all the like other capabilities that we've proposed have kind of been put on the back burner, 7677 included. But now, as soon as like 5792 is finalized, the plan is to like revisit all these other capabilities that we proposed when we initially started working on 5792 and make sure that they're also updated and get them finalized correctly. So 7677 is going to be probably the first one that we come back to. And from more context, I work at Coinbase. I work on our smart wallet, and we have some like undocumented paymaster RPC methods for handling like token payments. I think the plan is we're going to like either extend 7677 to document those methods, or create like an extension ERC for 7677 to document those methods. But anyways, main point is like heard on the token payment. It's like kind of an issue that we recognized a few months after we started supporting 7677. And yeah, we'll definitely be like documenting something around it to correct for this.
Okay, sounds good. Since we run also a token paymaster, I would love to join the conversation and then align on the on how it's going to the proposal, how are you going to propose it?
Mark, I want to mention that you differentiated between verifying paymaster and token paymaster. But first of all, neither the wallet nor the app can, at this level, differentiate between them. And secondly, even if it is a verifying paymaster, it can still use the user's balance. Like think of an off-chain paymaster that uses its off-chain balance to pay for the transaction. So you can't say there's a technical difference in how they are implemented, but functional, whether they are sponsoring paymaster that just pay for you or whether they take some of your balance through other mechanism, there's no way you can tell. It's a contract. You as a user has to trust it. It's not something you can add to the API to say this is a paymaster that I don't know, takes out of my balance.
You can express like, so since we're speaking about app to wallet communication, so you can express as an app to the wallet. There's this like in the capability section, like let's say token and then its address, and then that way the wallet knows it can. So when I said token paymaster, and I actually said like I was mentioning like a verifying paymaster that supports token payments. I didn't take into account the permissionless token paymaster, which is only an off-chain contract, on-chain contract. I think that point should be considered as well, but I didn't think about it.
Right now, there are two ways. You either specify explicitly what the paymaster and the paymaster data will be. You can pass it as parameters. I don't remember the ERC. There is an ERC for adding both 367 specific fields. And the other way, thing is that it is a complex paymaster that needs a service, and then you can specify the URL, and then you're using the paymaster service to do two-phase transaction to collect this information.
Yeah.
These are the two options. Because technically how you fill it, whether it's one-off to begin with or whether you need two RPC calls. But what the actual functionality this paymaster does, whether it's simply a nice service that pays for your gas or takes out of your balance, this is something we cannot tell.
But what if you, even if you express it in the capabilities?
I'm not sure what exactly you want to specify in the capabilities.
So
Right now you either say either it's fixed or it is a web service that you need to connect. Yes, these are the current capabilities. But what else do you need?
yeah, that's exactly it. But I'm not sure I understand your point. Like you cannot differentiate between. Are you saying you cannot differentiate between? Yeah, I'm not sure I understand your point.
What I'm saying is that there are two kinds of paymasters. One of them is a benevolent paymaster. He's very nice. He's paying for you because he's nice, whatever you do. And the other one is a capitalist one that it pays for your gas and it charges you elsewhere, either off-chain or token or credit card or whatever. I don't care about the technicality, but for the first one, you can cheat him by specifying a high gas values and he will pay it because he's nice. And the otherwise, if you do the same, you will pay yourself more, so you cannot cheat anyone.
So you're charged for it in any case.
Yeah, it's the technicalities of how this paymaster works is different. But one of them, as I said, one of them is using an off-chain verification and the other can be completely on-chain. And for this, the API supports these two modes. One of them is one-off, you specify the fields, and the other requires a web service and two RPC calls to fill. And this is already exists in the spec. Like the specs, the verifying paymaster service is defined in one, and there is the 4367 capabilities, the ERC, that lets you fill any specific field to a specific value. And this is something you can use if the application wants a specific, I don't know, token paymaster, a paymaster that is fully on-chain and doesn't need this web service.
Okay, I see the ERC now. User Operation Builder, ERC 7679.
Maybe I don't remember the number.
I think that one is different. That one is that gives the contracts for how to build the user ops across different account implementations. This one's kind of been people are not using this as much anymore. They're using a different one. Like they're using RPCs for this as well now. Oh no, this is I haven't seen this one. Sorry, ignore me. Or I'm clicking. I'm seeing Alex's comment.
Okay. Okay. I just saw this. I didn't know about it, Alex. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know about this ERC. I'll take a look at it. That is helpful.
Sam, you may be on mute.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I was just waiting to see if anybody was going to continue talking. Yeah, so are there any other matters people want to discuss? Speak up. Otherwise, we can end early and you can have half an hour back.
I think I have a few things that I want to share in this group today.
Yeah, go for it.
Number one, I messaged in the WalletDev Discord a few days ago that we are going to have Dan Finlay talking about EIP 7710 and EIP 7715. The meeting could not take place the other day, but it is scheduled for tomorrow at 18:30 UTC. I'm happy to share the Zoom link right before the meeting. So if anyone interested may join the meeting. And going through the proposal 7715, it seems like that has a required section, and in the required section, there is a proposal 4337. Currently, proposal 4337 is in draft status, and it will make it difficult for any other proposal having it in a required section to move beyond draft. For example, EIP 7677, I think that also has EIP 4337 in required section. So if I may request from either the group of EIP 4337 to like promote the proposal in review status, or maybe share if there are any blocker and how we can help move the proposal to go to the final status as soon as possible, but at least move from draft to review so other proposals can be promoted as well.
Yes, we are on it. We will move it into a last call very soon now. Was pending the audit, which was finished. So hopefully it will be done this or next week.
Okay, so the proposal cannot be allowed to jump from draft to last call directly. There has to be a status for review in between. So it would be a good idea to just make a simple PR to move the proposal to the review status, and from there you can move it to last call whenever ready.
Okay. Great, we'll move it to review.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And while this group discussed EIP 5792, I would love to invite anyone from the authors list or implementers who may be interested in giving a talk on PPNIP, so we can have a like resource created for EIP 5792 as well. Please let me know right here or maybe later on. I'm happy to schedule a meeting to talk about EIP 5792 as well. That's all from my end. Thank you, Sam.
No, thank you. Yeah, that's it for me. Nothing else on the agenda. Thanks everybody for coming out, and we'll see you on May 21st, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it for the third Wednesday of the month. Yes.
Great. Thanks everybody for coming out. See you then.